Hey guys, what is going on? I'm the Dog, and welcome back to some more Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. Last time we took a break from being in the Torvus Bog to go to the temple grounds and get the Seeker missile launcher, which is a pretty cool upgrade that lets us fire several missiles at once and hit multiple targets at once. I took the liberty of coming back to the Torvus Bog off camera, since there wasn't anything to do on the way or any new rooms to explore. But I'm thinking about where we want to go next. We should probably visit the Great Bridge and see what's behind that little door. I think it's an elevator to the Agon Wastes, actually, just a shortcut between the two. I guess let's just go ahead and do that, but I have an idea of where we want to go after that. You might notice there's a missile expansion in there, but we actually have to warp in from the dark version of this room to get that. Because we can't get into that section of the room from the light. Oh god, there's a Grenchler. Okay. Derp. Okay. I think this might be a map station, actually. I think the elevator to the Agon Wastes might be in the purple door off the temple. Yep. This is a map station. I was right. Awesome. So now we have a map of the Torvus Bog. I think this will fill in the entire Torvus Bog, including the lower area that we have not yet visited. Not just the upper area that we're currently in. Yep, it filled in the entire lower area. That's pretty cool. Look at all this stuff that we have yet to explore any of. Kind of exciting, because I kind of like this area. Up here, there's hardly anything we haven't seen. The only rooms we haven't been in are that lift which goes to the Agon Wastes. And, yeah, that's it. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so this room is the one, it's the room in the game that has the clearest distinction between two different sections of one of the major areas. Like, Agon Wastes was kind of divided into the earlier desert part and the space pirate facility, but that was kind of a blurry line. That wasn't, a huge deal. This one, we actually have to take an elevator between two separate areas. This upper area is more sort of your standard, very natural, lush looking bog. The other area is sort of undergroundish and mostly underwater. It's an interesting little area. So sometimes it can be a little hard to position yourself right for these Seeker missile doors, but I managed to do that. This is indeed an elevator to Agon Wastes. Yep, I was right. Actually, you know what? Thinking about where this is going to come out, there's a little bit of a detour I'm going to take. So sorry that we're not going to be spending a lot of time in the lower Torvus Bog here, but there's actually a couple cool upgrades we can get. Well, now there's a Seeker missile door on this end as well. Yeah, to prevent us from taking the elevator straight to the Torvus Bog earlier when we were, well, we would have still had to have the boost ball, so I guess it's kind of a moot point to get up this half-pipe. But you probably recognize this room as the transport center between the portal and the save station. And up there's a portal into the Dark World. So, we can use this half-pipe to get up to said portal, if I can build up enough momentum with proper timing. Come on, need to charge it up more. Oh, so close. Come on. This time? Nope, not quite. This is hard. There we go. And now we activate this dark portal. What? Huh. That's weird. The screen stayed white for longer. Huh. There's a fair number of glitches in this game, huh? Maybe more so than Metroid Prime, but I don't know. I've never noticed anything particularly horrible. But there we go. There's a missile expansion that was just sort of staring us in the face up there. But we have no return portal. Not really too big of a deal because we've got the portal site right there. Let's see. There's nothing of note in this little tunnel room between the Judgment Pit and the Battleground, even though we can get through there with the super missile. I'm trying to think if there's anything worthwhile to do in here that we won't just come back and do later, that we even can do. And I'm thinking there is nothing. So yeah, I'm just gonna go back through the portal. I hear ingots. They're annoying. Come on. Are there gonna be enemies in here? Yeah, I hear space pirates. Yep, these are dark pirates. Okay, you guys can all just kill yourself against this handy full field. But you guys are incredibly stupid! AI. Why you so silly? You're silly, AI. I do not know. Anyway. Stop wasting time and go on through here. This is kind of a little bit of a gripe with this game, I guess, is just that you have to go through, you spend so much time going through portals, and that sequence there is kind of long, but I don't know. You get used to it, I guess. Okay, now, there's nothing to do back here. We can get, no, we can't get into that room, even though it's a green door. We can't get to the door yet. That's... Okay, so what I'm thinking is there is something we can get here, but it's not something we would really use yet, and it's something optional, and there's even more stuff that's there that we can't get yet. So I'm thinking but I think the more professional thing to do would be show things as soon as we can get them. You know what? I am going to go get it, and I'm going to cut out the time it takes for us to go there. Alright guys, I'm here in the Agon Temple. Let's go through this dark door into this little cylindrical morph ball tunnel room that we got an energy tank in earlier. We can just use this to drop down quickly to the bottom. And out here, there's a seeker missile door. We have to stand back a little bit. And actually, we just saw something that I think is it's a small issue, but it's still one problem that I have with the seeker missile launcher, is that even though you're firing 5 missiles, it really costs 6 to activate most of the time, because you can't press the Y button without, you know, firing a missile, and you have to press and hold the Y button to activate the seeker missiles. So, I don't know, that's another small complaint that can be kind of irritating. This is a mining drill that the space pirates are apparently trying to convert into a weapon. We can jump on it, but we can't get anywhere. Oh! Yes! It's the Krayley, and he interrupted our scan just before we finished scanning him. There he is, he's back. Oh, no, he's, where is he? He's over there. I love this guy. I don't know why. This is like the only room we see him in. Able to phase out of local time space. Phases between dimensions is a defense mechanism. The crystal in its carapace gathers energy to fuel the creation of a warp portal. The process is uncontrollable, keeping the Krayley in constant dimensional flux. It's such a cool ability, but you kind of feel sorry for him. I don't know. I think there's something kind of adorable about the way they just derp around. Here's a Luminoth who is blind, but had some sort of cybernetic thing that let him see using sound, which is rather cool. There's something that we can't do anything about. What happens if we bomb this slot? I forget. Ah, the drill starts moving. Oh, and now we're on a little bit of a timer. Crap. Okay, let's rush in here. And I think there's a Luminoth lore entry somewhere, but I'll wait on that. Take the kinetic orb cannon up, or do we want to... yeah, I guess we take the orb cannon up, and we bomb into here, and then we bomb that, and that causes this drill to raise up, which causes it to crack a hole open in the wall, and we have a dark portal there that we can now get to. Well, that was frantic. Wonderful. Here's the scan that is orange, although it could have just as well been green, considering how far you have to be in the game to come back here. By the time we detected the stellar object as it streaked toward our world, it was too late to stop it. We fired numerous weapons at it in a vain attempt to alter its trajectory. Nothing worked. Our efforts placed a great strain on the energy controllers and weakened ether. All we could do as the object drew closer was take shelter and wait. We gathered stores of food and water, reinforced the shielding on our dwellings, and spent the last hours in peace. I'm imagining a bunch of Luminoth, like, huddled in a little underground bunker listening to the Final Hours song from Majora's Mask. Anyway, let's go up this half-pipe. Sorry that this episode is ending up being mostly spent in the Agon Wastes when I promised we would get to the area of the new area of the Torvus Bog, but I feel like this item, we should get it as soon as we can, rather than and since the game has provided us with a convenient opportunity to do so anyway, rather than wait till we can get another small power-up in this room. So now we're in Dark Ether. Here's a dead Luminoth who was apparently used as a test of the metal of young... These are night barbs. We have scanned them. Yeah, good. Of young Ing. I think they might travel in sort of a loop and the night barbs are about to come back through here, but I'm not really certain. So I say, screw it, let's just go on ahead. Even if we're about to get hit in the face with a million night barbs. Nope. Nowhere to be found. Alright. So, jump up here. Those are ingworms. Walking out off a place where there's a door, the entrance in the Light World version. But in the Dark World version, there's no door there, so ingworms. Always the ingworms. And now we have a morph ball tunnel. I always thought this was kind of weird. Do those look like night barbs to you? Those are totally not night barbs. But they weren't sandbats either. What were they? They don't appear anywhere else in the game. They're not a scan. I'm always so confused by those things. They look like night barbs, but they're not. They look quite different at the same time. They have sort of the same basic shape, but their coloration is different. The shape is a little bit different. I don't know. Why did I morph ball there? That's always something that's just kind of weirded me out a little bit. Let's go back into the Light World. Now, when we come out here, do you recognize where we are? You should. We're in the main mining plaza of the Agon Wastes. That is where this portal came out. That's why we have that little area there that looks like a portal belongs there. Because it's the exit for a one-way portal. So now we come back through here, and we encounter more of these things. These definitely are sandbats. The other things weren't night barbs. It's so strange. Boost through there, and come out here. And now we are up on a high ledge in this room that we couldn't have accessed otherwise, and this is the Dark Burst. Boom. Dark Burst acquired. This powerful attack uses 5 missiles. Using the Dark Beam, press and hold A to charge, then press Y to fire. Additional data downloaded. So, we now have multiple charge combos. Yes, as in Metroid Prime 1, the Super Missile is the Light Beam charge combo, and there are Arrow Troopers, which I guess we can show this off on, even though it's not really the best enemy to use it on. The Dark Burst creates sort of a black hole that sucks enemies in, and can insta-kill a lot of enemies. Unfortunately, this other Arrow Trooper was too far away to be hit by it, so that was kind of a waste of ammo. Because the 5 missiles aren't too bad. I mean, that's the price of a Super Missile. And also, I think the number of missiles that it would take to kill those guys with regular missiles. What really hurts in terms of the ammo cost there is the 30 dark ammo. And there is a similar charge combo for the Light Beam, and also for the last beam in the game. Like in Metroid Prime 1. But instead of just making them cost exorbitant amounts of missiles, they can just make them all use 5 missiles and, ammo for the beam. Because there's no continuous fire charge combos in this game, only single shots. So they all have the same cost. Anyway, I'm gonna cut out the rest of the time it takes to get back to Torvus. Alrighty guys, here we are back in the good old Torvus Bog, where I guess we will end off the episode by starting our visit to the lower portion of the bog. Okay. So if we go back in here, this was a super missile door earlier that we destroyed the blast shield on. We're gonna ride this elevator. And they had a couple areas like this in Metroid Prime 1, like in the Phazon mines and whatnot. There's also a couple areas like this in this game, where the, the depiction on the map is not to scale with what it actually is like, because we're going to go out that door and come out there. So, really, this elevator room should just be a whole lot longer. But anyway, here we are. This is the Hydro Dynamo Station, and this is the central hub room of this lower part of the Torvus Bog. As you can see, it's more sort of technology-y with, you know, iron plating on the walls and that sort of thing. And this is a Preed. We've already seen dark versions of the Preeds. These are pretty much the same thing, except they might be a little less resilient because they're not possessed, but they're about the same. They just look a little different. They're less purple and more green gas. More silver with green gas. Also, even though you can't scan them, they spawn from these sort of discs on the walls, and you can blow those up with missiles to stop Preeds from spawning. There's no real reason to, since the things reappear when you, leave and re-enter the room. And I lost my train of thought. But anyway, here's a save station. I think it's the only save station in this lower section of the Torvus Bog. It's the main one you're going to be using. So, that's about it for this episode. Next time on Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, we will really, in earnest, begin to explore this lower part of the Torvus Bog. So that should be pretty fun. I'm the Dog, and I will see you guys then.